My name's Patti Smith. I played for the Liberty University women's D1 hockey team. I'm from Elmira, Ontario in Canada, and I graduated in 2010. It was kind of a funny story because I was at a Bible study, and my Bible study leader, her son played for the men's team here, and we just got talking, and she smiled at me. She said, "So you're going to go to Liberty and play hockey?" And of course at the time I had no idea what Liberty was or why I'd be going down there, but she was pretty convinced.
I was called by a family that was already going to the school here that Patti was available, or was a goalie that was up there. And so I called Patti, and she was very open to us talking to her. So I met her at Christmas time. I drove up to Cambridge to see her play, and that's when I met her and her mom and dad. I'd never met her before. So the following February, she came down for CFA.
Kind of overnight, I was already signed up to come here, accepted, and one of those God moments where things conspired against you in a good way, where all of a sudden people in my life saw this opportunity and they presented it to me, and I jumped all over it. The first couple of years were interesting. Very early ice times. We didn't have a room, so our gear had to be kept in the dorm, which was not very popular. And the team, we didn't have a lot of girls, so it was fun, but it was challenging at times. And every year that I was here, we got recruited better players, and the school got behind us and really showed us incredible support. And it grew from taking vehicles to games, an hour away, to going to play major universities up north and having our own room. And it was a pretty phenomenal transformation. I got to see probably some of my fondest memories, or the kind of coolest experiences here. Would be because we didn't have a great budget. We had to stay at houses of people who offered, or churches, and it was actually really neat because we got to go all over the country, meet these people that I never would have crossed paths with, and we'd sometimes stay up all night talking to them and getting to know them, and seeing their generosity was amazing. But just getting to hear other people's stories and spending time with only one or two teammates per house, getting to know each person a little bit more individually was probably one of my favorite things. As far as on the ice, it was really cool to go from a team that nobody really took seriously when they'd play us to by I think it was my third year, this team that had basically smoked us the first year, and we got a little closer to being respectable the next year. We actually surprised them at nationals, and we beat them 1-0. And that could have been my national championship, for just how emotional that game was, to remember that just 3 years prior, we probably didn't even deserve to be on the same ice as them. And by the third season, we were able to not only compete, but to fight and struggle to beat them. And yeah, it's one of those memories that forever kind of gives me chills, seeing how far we had come, because that was the day I really stopped and went, wow, we have come a long way.
She was a very good student, and so never had to deal with marks or going to class or anything. Very focused, very disciplined. So the second year, we put a letter on her shirt. Because it was such a young team and we had so many freshmen, we had a lot of girls come and go that first 2 or 3 years. But Patti stuck it out and bought us a lot of wins. Kind of behind the scenes, did a lot of mentoring and guiding, and getting girls to fit into the program.
The dynamic in our team was very, very family-like, because we were very small for the first 2 seasons. We had 12 skaters, I believe, the first 2 years, and we always knew going into places we were going to be outskilled for the most part, so we learned that we had to outwork everybody. So because of that, we bonded, because we suffered together. Practices were hard, a lot of skating, a lot of conditioning, and those are the kind of things that bring you closer together, because we all did it. We all had to really put our dues in and pay the price to be able to perform on the ice. So you get a lot closer. Plus, proximity-wise, we didn't get big coach buses. We literally took little vans. So you really get close to people on a 14-hour trip when you are sitting this close to them. It's kind of neat how close we were able to get, and an experience I don't know that everyone gets to have, just based on the circumstances. So it's neat. I'm still in contact with quite a few of them, and I'll have probably lifelong friends there because of it, which is neat. Life after Liberty. It's one of those things where you leave such an amazing atmosphere, and you go, what's next? Especially with being so busy with hockey and schooling. So when that's all over, you have to sit and kind of reevaluate what you want your life to be about. So for me, I've always valued academics, so that was a no-brainer for me, was to continue forward. I just completed my master's degree, and with hopes of attending medical school in the fall. I still play hockey as well, because I don't think you ever give that up. But we do get a little older, you get a little more sore the next morning after playing a game and slow down a little bit, but it'll never be as competitive as it was here. I still do enjoy getting on the ice, and I've actually progressed into a bit more of a coaching role as well. So it's kind of one of those things where everything I kind of learned here looks different now as far as my life, but I've taken everything forward as far as still implementing pieces of my life based on what I learned here. Looking back on where I was when I was here to now, I actually went to a practice when I got on campus. They are all fast, they are all big, they are all strong, they are all amazing hockey players, and I just stared at them. It's unbelievable that the small little program we had progressed not only to what I saw, but they won a national championships, I think 2 years ago. We barely even made nationals when I was here, so it was pretty amazing that they could go from, in 10 years, that's incredible growth for a program to go from not even making nationals to winning it. So it was pretty amazing to see that it's not just a flash in the pan, maybe one good player, it's that the program itself has a strong foundation, and I think we'll continue to be successful, and I'm proud I was a small part of that.
When we were approached as to if we had people that we want to recommend, Patti kind of comes to the front in a hurry, because she was obviously the first recruit I ever had, and a goalie on top of that, and did an outstanding job. There's a lot of memories and a lot of history as the program grew from that first infancy to where it is now, and Patti saw a lot of that.
I was shocked. I'm not known for being one of few words, so when I didn't have much to say, my coach was on the line with them, and he was, I'm sure, pretty surprised that I was so quiet, but I wasn't really sure how to take it. It feels surreal. I got to do my dream and play hockey at a university level, and that already felt like so much. So getting this kind of honor seemed almost too good to be true. Like it's unreal that I don't feel like I deserve it. I just played, but I am blown away that people would have recognized that I did work hard and tried to contribute in my small way. So to be recognized still feels unreal. It probably won't feel real till later, but it's something I'm really proud of and really humbled by.